It's Wednesday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Murayo Afolabi Brown. As always, I have the ladies with me. YK in the building.
Good morning.
Good to have you.
Good morning. Thank you.
Okay, I love your shoes, YK.
Oh, thank you. You saw my shoes?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I saw them. They're so gorgeous.
We all do.
Thank you.
How you doing?
Okay. Yesterday I forgot to celebrate my own not our studio works. She's been working for us for about 27 years.
Wow, I'm eating Aikban Koko a few times too.
Yes, it was her birthday yesterday. So I forgot to say, I was lamenting about Alagbole Road and Akute. That they want to kill us. The government wants to kill us in Alagbole and Akute and our cars. So I forgot to celebrate And,
27 years.
Yeah, she's been with us for 27 years.
Wow, that's a long time.
And,
she's family now.
She's family
member.
She's gotten married. She's been to school with us, gotten married, you know.
Wow.
So I must celebrate
We celebrate you too,
Thank you for our Ikban Koko.
Commitment. How you doing,
I'm good. Grateful to God for life. I feel so sad about the challenge of traffic between Eleko turnoff. From Eleko turnoff is like you're not in Lagos. So you have good roads from Ekpe to Eleko turnoff. Between Eleko and Aja yesterday, I spent 3 hours. It's maximum. You shouldn't spend more than 45 minutes. You shouldn't even spend 30 minutes on a good road. 3 hours because there was bad road, and then they got compounded by rain, but the roads were terrible. Like,
I thought they started doing from Ekpe all the way to
Eleko.
Working on it. Okay.
So they're still working on Ekpe to Eleko turn off, but the Eleko to Aja is like they're not working. They're not doing it.
They've not reached there.
It's not like it's in their plan. Safe.
Really, because the one that came on the show said that they're coming this way.
Yes, but that they are not. That one is not. But from Aja, LCC, I thought was supposed to maintain the roads also. BC, I can understand because the road between Aja and where you have Sekumo, which is supposed to have been done by LCC and should be maintained by them, I don't see the maintenance.
It doesn't function. I thought they shut down since
it is extremely bad.
They will not maintain it because
they haven't made money
since. They're not been allowed to take.
Yeah, they're not back now.
So they won't maintain it.
Yeah,
man,
those are one of the.
Those of you that live on the island,
yeah.
well done.
So that's the ripple effect. We all make noise. Don't open. Don't come back to work.
But then
it
affects
everything.
Other ways.
The traffic is terrible,
That's
and the rain has made it worse.
Alagbole is Osun State now. They're two different conversations.
This is Lagos State. We're talking about
They have different governments.
You direct your conversation to governor of
this is
your
Lagos
state.
We're talking
Lagos
about now. Not a good state.
So, how are you doing, Jerry?
I'm doing great. So I just had a good time yesterday in the house, resting. We went to have was it okay? I'll call it lunch dinner. And everybody was just eating their animals and stuff. My kids were like,
you were
Mommy,
vegan.
taste this one now. Mommy, please now. Mommy, is calamari an animal? I say, yes, now. My little daughter was like, Mommy, I'm going to join you. I'm going to be a vegetarian soon. You know, we just had fun with everybody. Then we got home and then we're on Netflix all through. I said, no work today. All my calls, everything I was not taking. Nice. I just wanted to relax with the kids, with the family.
Talking about Netflix, I had watched this Afrobeats.
Yes, I watched it too.
I
haven't.
It was really
very
well
good.
done
I've been binging on Indian movies.
Oga Ayo. It documented and it has videos from
it was really interesting. It was an interesting watch. I haven't finished watching it, but it's an interesting and informative. You know, it's good to have. My coffee is so cold. I'm so upset.
Oh, sorry.
Mine too. I thought it was just
I like hot coffee.
I thought
I boiled it yesterday and then poured the water.
Oh God!
Like I don't understand.
Oh,
all right, let's go to the break.
Sorry.
Like we'll be right back. Let's go to the break. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Okay, we're going to start with the nation. Re-election. Osun stands still for Governor Oyetola. Bodija market fire aided by stored petrol, says fire service. Lull in demand. Drops oil price below the $100 per barrel. ASUU rejects Buhari's end to strike call. Tax defaulters to face persecution. Battle for Laafin over your stools hots up. And Atiku's camp and least orderly others to woo Wiki. Okay, story we're starting with?
taxpayers. So they have been given amnesty by the Voluntary Assets and Income Declaration Scheme, V8, and the Joint Tax Board, JTB, in collaboration with the Federal Inland Revenue, with the those were the bodies that gave this tax sort of amnesty, and they said they will commence a full-scale enforcement exercise on defaulting taxpayers. Now, the FRS chairman has said that this would also include prosecution, and it will affect taxpayers who did not take advantage of the V8s. Now, the Joint Tax Board, in conjunction with the Federal Inland Revenue Service, has mentioned that they are not going to take it lightly with those taxpayers who they have given amnesty, but they still refused to get in line and pay up. They also said the defaulting taxpayers will be assessed to tax in accordance with the relevant provisions of the tax laws, and those who still have outstanding tax liabilities which have been previously declared under the scheme have been encouraged to pay up, or else their reliefs will be cancelled. And when their reliefs are cancelled, they will go to a full-blown re-evaluation of all their tax assets. And they mentioned that they were going to be... So there's an executive order we started in 2017. It said executive order number 004/2017, which provided that there will be opportunity for taxpayers who default in their liabilities to voluntarily declare their assets and income and pay taxes due on them, and in return obtain amnesty from prosecution. But they've realized that most of these things that they have given, some people have not taken advantage of it. So if you do not take advantage of this, it's going to be worse off for you as a taxpayer, basically.
Businesses here.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the Alafin stool that has been vacant since the past 3 months. The late Alafin Obalamidi Olaiwola Adeyemi III joined the ancestors about 3 months ago, and they are now shortlisted. They have shortlisted 48 princes from the Agunloye royal family, and they'll present this list to the Oyomesi and a group of 7 kingmakers who are expected to consult the Ifa Oracle in the process of selecting the right candidate for the throne. So the people of Oyo should just be looking down, counting down to this period. I think that our culture is so beautiful that we tend to just, because we feel there's something fetish about it, we ignore it. But I'm excited about the shortlisting process, and let's see how it goes.
So the ongoing plan, reconciliation plan in PDP, if you recall, Governor Wike is still disgruntled concerning the pick of Governor Okowa as the running mate for Atiku. So I've been saying this since last week that Atiku will be back soon, but I'm still told that they are still expecting Atiku Abubakar this week to come back herself and then to have to lead the talks. But they have also said that key leaders in APC, they're expecting the ex-governor Peter Odili, 2 former presidents of the Senate, Senator David Mark and Brokala Saraki, chairman of the Board of Trustees, Senator Walid Jibril and others, who are like founding fathers of PDP, to go and appease Governor Wike. Although Governor Wike has strongly said that in any reconciliation, he doesn't want to speak to IU, which is the BOT chair, that they should remove him from the conversation. And also that, and so they're still hoping, so hopefully this week, Atiku returns, and then there should be some kind of a meeting too, because obviously after he met with those key APC governors, it has sent a bit of jittery within PDP. They're worried that he might actually be defecting to APC, and that would not be good at all, because the Tinubu has almost secured Northeast and the West, and that they really need that Southeast desperately, and South, and they need Wike for that. Okay.
Our president met with his classmates in Daura, his primary and secondary school classmates, and they were happy. They took pictures together, and the president said, "Oh, that if he feels like all the memories came back to him."
His classmates.
Yes, his classmates, primary school and secondary school. I saw their pictures together.
How many?
There were a few of them.
Wow.
Yes, they said they prayed for the ones that have passed on
within the last 1 year.
And the head was Senator Abba. The leader of the class association was Senator Abba Ali.
Okay, I see it here.
Yeah.
In The Guardian. I've seen the picture.
Yeah.
The picture is in The Guardian.
Please show me. I didn't see Guardian.
Oh, his classmates are, look at them.
Yeah, really old. They,
please.
we thank God for the long life.
Long life.
Pass it to me. I want to see it too.
Wow, interesting. That's
Can you
so
remember
nice.
your classmates?
So he felt like a child again.
Yeah, he said it felt like when they were young.
How nice.
And that was very,
It's a long time ago.
you know, because even me that I'm 60, when I meet with my classmates, I feel old. I know how that must have felt.
All right, let's move on to the punch. Police declare war on vote buyers, deploy detectives. Nigeria records 27 cases of vaccine-derived polio. One-way drivers worsen Lagos-Ibadan road gridlock and travelers stuck. 18 Catholic priests kidnapped, 3 killed in the 2022. Stop lobbying for posts or postings. National Assembly warns workers. Akindele Jando's running mates promises women better deal. Christian tickets would have set Nigeria on fire, says cleric Ayedogbon. Muslim ticket, a disastrous error, says ex-SGF Lawal. Nupeng threatens solidarity strike with ASUU. And blame Nigerians for voting bad leaders. Goats don't vote, says Senator. Okay, which story are we starting with?
Can I start with the traffic?
Please.
There was gridlock yesterday on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. And I wanted to take this story because they said it was caused, I mean, there was traffic because there's road construction. But a lot of the cars were going in the opposite direction. And so it caused even further.
Really worse.
So some people were there for hours and hours. Someone said she was there for 4 hours. Another person said he was there for 2 hours. Just from the Carib Beach to Opik, you know. So the road people, the road safety, they complained about people. And they said it's caused mainly by when a so-called VIP will just go on the wrong side of the road. With his
Other people will follow him.
Other people will follow. And when you stop them, they'll say, you know, see that one for front. So even, please, leaders. Our VIPs. Be responsible now.
Yeah.
You know, just try and be responsible. Anyway, it was a win-win for some people, like the traders who
made the
normally
kill.
will not sell up to 1 carton.
Oh,
They
now
sold
they are
3
selling.
carton.
In
It's
traffic.
sold.
Wow.
But traffic should be coming more and more. And more.
Imagine.
Okay, let's
Yes,
find
so
another
the
story.
Nigeria Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers are saying that they will not hesitate to join in the proposed nationwide strike following the prolonged ASUU, NASU, and SANO industrial actions. And this, they said, have been paralyzing our educational system in tertiary educations in the country. So according to the National President, Williams Akporeha, and the General Secretary, Afolabi Olawale, he said that they joined together to condemn the actions of government, saying that government is having like a lackadaisical attitude towards the strike that is ongoing. And it shows that they are not interested in ensuring quality education for the people of Nigeria. And so this is more like a warning to them that if they do not step up and, you know, revisit ASUU's demands, instead of just focusing on the general elections and wasting money on that, they are going to be striking. This is a warning to them, and they will not say that they have not been warned to sit up.
Okay, so a popular Nollywood actress, Funke Akindele, was unveiled yesterday by the PDP as the running mate for their governorship flag bearer for Lagos State, Ms. Dr. Olajide Adediran, a.k.a. Jando. She said that she's coming in, she's sacrificing her career, and just like he has also, for the growth of Lagos State. According to them, both of them plan to tackle infrastructure problems, and she also will be focusing on the youth, women, and children. So she's, according to her, they both made sacrifices to join politics to bring positive change to the people of Ikorodu State and for Ikorodu and the state at large. And they will be building a state where our children can live rather than running away out of the country. So many have congratulated her, and others have had different reservations on that, but we'll see how that goes. Okay.
I want to take the sad story of 18 Catholic priests have been kidnapped in Nigeria in just this 2020. Most of the kidnapped Catholic priests were released, but sadly, 3 of them lost their life. There was one of them that was in Esako North. I want to mention the names of those who lost their lives. Yes. Reverend Father Peter Amodu was kidnapped by armed men, abducted on his way to celebrate Mass, lost his life. A day earlier, on the 25th of June, a gunman killed Kaduna State Catholic Reverend Father Vitrus Borogo, and another father was killed. His name is Reverend Father Christopher Odia. 3 of them have lost their lives, and it's really sad that people tend to, this priest who are meant to bring peace to people are the ones that are now victims
Targets.
of,
Many of them are targets.
of
Okay, let's go on a
kidnappers.
quick break. When we come back, we continue with the review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nollywood, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communications story.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked, and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it. staying with us. Moving on now to Daily Sun. Strike. ASUU hits back at Buhari. Nigeria in bad shape needs competent leadership, says Obi. Death toll in Delta gas plant explosion rises to 10. Northern APC Christians leaders reject Muslim ticket. NDDC will resist attempts to appoint another interim administrator, says Clark. More APC leaders resign over the Muslim tickets. Kuje jailbreak Osinachi's husband, Badumi still in custody. Kokanso disowns Tinubu and never endorsed APC candidates, he says. Okay, which story are we starting with?
Could do the major headline.
Major headline.
Yes, so ASUU, again, is mocking the President Muhammadu Buhari, over his enough comments. They are saying that this is not what they expect from him, and enough cannot be enough. And it seems like what he's saying is comical. Is he just waking up from slumber? That they have been on strike for quite some time, and they have been trying as much as possible to have conversations with government, but they keep going back and forth. There was a committee that was set up, I think the BRICS committee, to have that conversation. There was a former committee before the BRICS committee in 2021, and they finished with all their negotiations, went back, and till 1 year, they didn't come back to say that this is what government has proposed to do. Now they set up the BRICS committee. They finished the conversation, I think June, in the month of June, and they have been expecting that the government will call them to say, okay, these are some of the things that we're going to do concerning the demands that you have made. Up till now, they've not had any headway. So the president sitting down to say enough is not for him to say that. It's for them, ASUU, who their children have been away from school for a very long period of time. They are the ones that will say enough is enough, because they elected the president to represent them and ensure that there's quality education across country, especially in tertiary education.
Okay.
They said, our commander-in-chief, if only your administration had taken the sacred responsibility for education and the future of the Nigerian youth seriously, this latter day unconvincing lamentation without doing anything would have been unnecessary.
Yeah.
Quote.
Okay. So the new Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, has dispelled reports that their presidential flag bearer, Rabiu Kwankwaso, is supporting Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu's 2023 elections. According to them, if you recall, there was a news that spread across that Kwankwaso will collapse his structure to support Asiwaju. The party says no, that was never the case. That what happened was that their flag bearer had said that Bola Tinubu is his friend of many years. If I had not contested, I would have recommended him. I do not play politics of bitterness. We are both in presidential race, but I'm a better candidate. That's what he said. That people then misconstrued to say that he's supporting Asiwaju, and then the whole story went viral. That he's still waiting to get. We're still hoping to get his own running mates. He's yet to, because I think they have to July 15th. I think that's Friday, to submit their running mates. So he's yet to give us his own running mate. But he's clear that he's still in the race, and he's also running, and he's not collapsing the structure for Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Let me take the story of the appointment, the statement from Chief Edwin Clark. He's speaking concerning the NDDC, saying that they are against the appointment of another interim administrator for NDDC, that they are hearing that the president is about to appoint another interim head, which is in total regard of the law establishing the NDDC. He also mentioned the fact that this will be the number 4th. The person ending administration right now is the 3rd person that is handling NDDC as an interim administrator, and that there's a limit to what an interim administrator can do. And so the NDDC has been left without proper structure and no board. So their request is, number 1, the white paper reports and forensic audit has been done. It should be published. And they should now appoint a proper board for the NDDC. And he also mentioned how contracts for the NDDC are being minuted on by the presidency from the villa, and that they know that has been happening for a while. That contracts they shouldn't award contract based on connection with the president or from federal appointments, people giving appointments. It shouldn't be a political thing or a political reward system. But at the NDDC, that they want to see the list of those that have been found culpable based on the forensic reports. That if another person is appointed as an interim head, they will revolt against that person.
Okay. All right, so let's move on to Vanguard. Muslim ticket, we can't campaign for Tinubu again, says Northern APC Christians. Why Jonathan stopped attending PDP meetings, says Clark. Motorist orders groan over hike in petrol price. as scarcity persists. Police deployed 21,000 personnel to the Osun Guber polls. Exposed Lagos Canal where people die weekly. How Health Ministry officials mismanaged 5.7 billion naira donor agencies fund, says Senate. Kuje prison break. Osirachi's husband, Wadume, still in custody, says NCOS. ASUU strike, we talked about that already. Consider brick committee's reports. First parents tell Buhari. 2023, why Afenifere will support Peter Obi, says Ayo Adebanjo. And 52 northern groups reject planned sale of 5 NIPP power plants. All right, which story are we starting with?
Do you have any story?
Yeah, I took the Lagos drain where, yeah, in Idio, it happens in the Idio mission area, and they said when it rains, the people there, they don't know where to put their foot, especially if you're a stranger to the area, and there's nobody there to guide you. You will just enter the drain, and it will take you away. So they're calling on the local government and the state government.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Cover the drain.
Local government should know that
Cover
place.
the drain.
The governor might not know, but the local government chairman
the story
should
has
know.
not finished. So the drain is located at Alaji Lasisi bus stop in Mushi. And in the past 2 months, it has swallowed 2 people. A 25-year-old petty trader and Tijani, a 50-year-old. And just last Friday, it took a 15-year-old pupil who was going to school. Now, they said they have complained to the local government. The local government chairman came with his entourage, took fancy pictures, and disappeared for over 1 year. He has not done anything. So the community people are crying out to the government that something has to be done.
Even if you've not done anything, put something to stop, to demarcate that place so people don't go there.
But he did not.
Just put signs.
Put signs. Say don't sell.
If you just put danger, if I see danger, I won't go
yes,
there.
now.
No, they won't put it. Normally, they say even this young girl, they were even telling her that don't go there, but it was too late.
It was too late.
She had already entered. They found her body in Idiaraba.
Yeah, I'm on the case of this local government because I feel like many of them are just very
they're not working.
We continue to demand that they work because the local government chairman within that machine should know what to do and they prevent his people from entering into that canal.
Is it not the same with the local government chairman of
it's across.
They should call them
out. That one is Ogun State. Why when you get to
it's
Ogun
not
State?
It's not just for Lagos State now.
No vex.
It's not part of Nigeria.
It's Nigeria now.
Don't mind them.
The Nigerian show.
People dividing Nigeria
Imagine what's happening.
But the issues are a whole lot. Let me take the story of how the Ministry of Health officials mismanaged 5.7 billion donor agency funds. So the Ministry of the Senate committee, Senate committee has uncovered mismanagement to the tune of 5.7 billion. These are from donor agencies, some of them, namely Global Alliance for Vaccines, Immunization, Gavi, and International NGO, that bring funds to the government to provide some basic things. And right now, they noticed that they've stopped contributing to our health sector because they have been unable to get a proper audit of how the money they had sent before was spent. So the Senate committee, Senator Matthew, I don't want to mispronounce his name, Public Accounts had asked for the Permanent Secretary for the Ministry of Health to come and defend this 5.7 and how it was spent. They sent a letter several times over the past 1 year and they haven't seen him. The last letter was dated on the 1st of February and it was supposed to show up on the 8th of February and it did not show up. And these funds, because we are always complaining about the health sector, what would 5.7 billion have done if it was spent directly on what it was meant to do? Between 2010 2015 was when these funds were contributed, and according to these NGOs, they didn't get a satisfactory reply of how that money was spent, and so they are no longer going to give Nigeria, the health sector, any fund.
Okay, let me go with the major headline. So the Christians of the Northern Extraction of the APC have said they will no longer campaign for the party's presidential candidate, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because of his choice of the Muslim running mate. They said this because they said that by his choice, he has completely marginalized them and they would not put in their efforts to campaign. However, somebody from the APC, let me get the Saliu Lukman, has said that there are various levels to a campaign. The first strategy is to win. It's after you win that you begin governance. So winning was a strategy, and it was important for them to pick a candidate that will help them to win. So if you don't win, you will not. There's nothing to govern. So according to them, the first thing first was for them to win to get the candidacy. However, they've given Asiwaju till July 15th to make a change in his choice of Kasim Shettima. If not, they wouldn't be supporting him in the campaign.
Meanwhile, the Kuje jailbreak,
yeah.
The prison officials have said that the public relations officer of the FCT commander said it's not true that Wadume and Osinachi's husband escaped and that the story is false, reckless, and mischievous. They are still in custody.
Talking about all these reckless messages that we just see, it's really annoying.
It went viral.
The Kwakwaso one to went viral. This one to went viral. It's
That's
just
that they have escaped from prison.
It's unbelievable.
And they were in the prison.
And if they want to regulate social media, it is still us that will say, don't regulate social media. It's just disgusting. I think that's all we can take on social media.
You have been blaming us on this show. You now blame us every day.
No, I'm just saying it's the reality.
We must take responsibility for what we're sharing. We must take responsibility for what we're sharing.
I read it inside the newspaper.
That's all we can take on Front Page Review. When we come back, move on to our hot topic of the day. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Whether you're a homemaker,
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nollywood, Bollywood, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked, and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be. Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked, and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, The pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in progress? Makeup check. Are the scripts on the prompter? Script check. Are we set in the VCR? All team in place? VCR check. Clock is ticking, time is racing, lights are. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission.
Àwọn kan wà tí wọ́n bá kú tọ́jọ́ kú wọn ò tí ì pé wọ́n á papòdà síbòmíì.
Is that how you gonna say it?
Ọkọ tí wọ́n sọ yìí.
Ó ṣe wá kọ̀wé ránṣẹ́ yìí pé òun fẹ́ rí mi kájọ fojúkojú yìí kò yé èmi o.
Bó ṣe pé ẹ̀rí ẹ̀mí lẹ́kùnmọ́ àyà mi ti sọ kí.
Torí kí ni?
Àkọ́yẹ́ kọ́ mọ píjẹ́rẹ́ ẹ̀mí lẹ́kùnmọ́ yọmọ mú yẹn rí flashback jọ́ ìkéyọ̀ mọ́ tó mọ́ ẹgbọ́n mọ́.
Thanks for staying with us. So before we move into our hot topic, it's important that I make, I respond to Tokwe. Tokwe was talking about the issue that happened from Eleko downwards when you're traveling. So I got a message which I think is important for me to read, especially for those in that axis. It says that, so we have started the phase 2 of the road Eleko to Ajah, about 30 kilometers, and it's turning to 6-lane highway. So eventually it's going to become a 6-way highway. Then on LCC, they haven't raised 1 kobo since no toll collection from almost 2 years. So there's no revenue and they're owing billions. So that's what's causing with the lack of maintenance that we're seeing. I think we also mentioned that earlier. Yeah. So that Nigerians have the right information. Anyway, moving on now to the hottest elections in town, which is the Osun coming up. The gubernatorial election is coming up this weekend, and all eyes are focused. And Osun is extremely important, as we know, because it's the elections, and once, depending on who wins, it could have a ripple effect on the upcoming election. So joining us on the show in a moment is the custodian of the Yoruba culture, the Ooni of Ife, Imperial Majesty Oba Enitan Adeyeye Ogunwusi, in a bid to ensure the peaceful conduct, transparent and credible poll to be for this weekend. And he'll also be speaking on the state of the nation, Southwest, the issue of insecurity, the local police, Amotekum, and also on the issue of the general elections, his thoughts. You can join the conversation on 081-270-53687, 091-390-7694. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. Before KBC comes on, it's important I let you guys know what we have right now. So based on what I read in the papers, we have a total of 21,000 police personnel that have been deployed to Osun State for that. I also read in the papers today that INEC said that we're going to be removing the ballot boxes from KBAC, the Oba's palaces, because those are flashpoint areas where there's likely to be a lot of happenings. And then police is saying that they have personnel just to ensure that the hooligans or whoever, that we don't have unscrupulous elements taking over the elections. So all eyes obviously on Osun elections this weekend. I'm told that the KBAC is on right now. KBAC, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good to have you on the show. Let's start with the Osun elections coming up this weekend. We know that almost everybody within the APC have gone to Osun right now to support their candidate. What are you doing to ensure the safety of the people in that community, especially because there's so many police officers and we don't want to hear issues of police brutality? So what are you doing to ensure the people stay calm and they are law-abiding during this period?
Well, as a traditional ruler, we are the closest to our people. The hype and show of force that is happening right now basically is temporary.
Okay.
It will just come and go. But we are very close to our people. So that responsibility lies on us. So basically, we need to work with them. And it's very important for us to let people not feel intimidated. Because as I'm talking to you now, we're still going to have another traditional rulers council meeting in another hour.
Okay.
So that we'll continue to sensitize our people that please come out and vote for whoever that you want as your choice, irrespective of any political party, because traditional rulers should be a very solid neutralizer. We shouldn't be biased towards a political party. We're fathers to all. And what is critical for us the most is peace within our community. Because they will go, they will leave us, and we don't want any aftermath effect for us to continue to manage our community.
Okay. Any other questions?
All right, so you sort of answered the first question I wanted to ask, but I still understand it will be really tough, being that the Obas are the closest to the people and they get to see the impacts of the inefficiencies of the government. They know when the government is not working and they know when the government is working. So I feel like, do you feel it is the right thing to put the Obas in a position of neutrality when they should in fact have an opinion on what is going on? Shouldn't we be allowed the Obas to be able to say that Lagbaja, governor, Shishe, and say it without fear of being caught in between? Or Lagbaja or Shishe, let them vote for the person that is working, instead of putting that burden of neutrality on the Obas. What do you say to that, sir?
Maybe you didn't get my point. Neutrality that I mean is do not be biased towards a particular candidate.
Okay.
Do not be biased towards any aspirant, because Osun is greater than all of us, including my very self, even the aspirants, the electorates are the greatest. So we should be neutral in that perspective. But our role naturally is to let our political leaders know and let the entire citizen know whether they're doing what is right or not. And we do that. We do that from time to time. So the neutrality is coming when it comes to voting. Not for us not to speak up on various of their electoral promises and mandates. If they are not fulfilling that, absolutely, we will speak up.
Right. Okay.
Okay. I want to ask, how prepared has the traditional rulers been before this election that is happening this weekend? How have you sensitized your people? What sort of conversations have you had with them in preparation, even while the federal government and the state government is, deploying the police and all that? How have you spoken to your people on what to expect in this coming election?
Well, we don't have a choice. That's who we are, and that's what we're called to do. We're very close to our people, and we must continue that sensitization, and we've been doing it. Our primary role is very localized to every community we had. It's very important to us because, like I mentioned earlier on, if push comes to shove, eventually everything will bounce back on us. So we don't have a choice. Even if we want to sleep in peace, we must continue to sensitize our people.
Right.
Like I told you now, we are going to have another meeting. We've been meeting. Yesterday, we had meeting with all security stakeholders, including INEC. Today, we are going to sign peace accord with all political aspirants that they must ensure that everything goes very smoothly. Okay. Tomorrow, we will have local meetings with all the electorates that are coming to every local committee. So we've broken ourselves down.
Right.
And pretty much, Osun, we're very peaceful people, and we want this thing to just come and go. We don't want tension for our people. We don't want anybody to instigate our youths to cause any problem or foment any trouble.
All right, let me go on a quick break, sir. When we come back, we continue the conversation because we want to touch on other areas like Amotekun and insecurity in the Southwest. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nollywood, Bollywood, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw ether material slabbed, stroked, and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty, erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in progress? Makeup check. Are the scripts on the prompter? Script check. Are we set in the PCR? All team in place? PCR check.
Clock is ticking, time is racing, lights up. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission.
How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in progress? Makeup check. Are the scripts on the prompter? Script
check.
Are we set in the PCR? All team in place? PCR
check. Clock is ticking, time is racing, lights up. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission.
Thanks for staying with us. We still have Kabiesi here with us. Waiki had a question before the break. Kabiesi?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, Kabiesi, good morning. I wanted to ask.
Morning.
The Labour Party gubernatorial candidate alleged that gunmen attacked his home last weekend. How are you going to go about tracking those gunmen down and making sure they don't visit any other candidates?
Well, we don't get involved with their politicking and the bickering around them. All we want is to ensure, as traditional rulers, that our citizens and local communities are in tandem with peace and peaceful coexistence. That is very critical to us. For that, we can't face government in that aspect.
Right. Okay.
We can only advise government that they should need to quickly see to this so that they cannot instigate our youth, primarily because it is youth that they use for such things.
Right.
You rarely find elders being political people causing violence. You can. It's very rare.
All right. Okay, so let me get a few more questions for you.
Yes, just this final question on elections, primarily because Osun State has over 4 million as in terms of population at the last count, I think 2016. As of 2020, about 1.9 registered voters. But the last election, we saw just over 600,000 voters. So one of the things that, one of the complaints many people have, Nigerians have, is people don't go out to vote because they feel their vote will not count. What are the traditional rulers, because they are the closest to the people, doing to encourage people within the community to go out and use their voting power to bring in the person they desire into office, as opposed to thinking, it won't count, let me just sit at home?
Well, that's a very good question. But what I can assure you is we all don't have any country to go. This is our country. It's very important, especially our appeal to you, these media people. Let's talk positively about what is obtainable and what is not obtainable in our country. And all of us cannot run out of this country. Look at this election now. Let us give INEC credit. We've been watching them. That Beavers technology is really, really working. Look at that test case in Ekiti. The Beavers technology works both offline and online. Once you finish at your polling units, they upload the election to the central system. The only challenge now that electorates are having, and even the aspirants, vote buying. But how much will they go and use to buy votes? Let's say 10,000, 20,000, over 600,000 people. If it is 10,000, that's 6 billion. That's a lot of money. If it is 20,000, that's 12 billion. But at some point in Nigeria, 10,000 will be meaningless to every citizen of this country. Will be very meaningless. So people will come out to vote for their conscience. We know that the country is so hard right now, and people are after monetary gains and survival. But I can assure you, in this country, those perfect nations that you are seeing, they were worse 80 years ago, 70 years ago, worse off, that are celebrating the best of democracies in the world right now. But what I can assure you in Nigeria is I think we're getting things right gradually.
All right.
You need to focus more on Beavers technology of INEC, and you will see that it is working.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Kabesi. Let's move to the issue of Amotekun. There's this ongoing debate, especially because of what happened in our war. And people are saying that it's time for us to equip the local security operatives that has been backed by law, so such as Amotekun and Ibubuagu and others. Do you agree that we should arm these people, especially also on the back of recently an allegedly Amotekun person shot a student? So we're having that conflict. Do you think we should arm them? And how much of influence do you think this can have in security on the Southwest?
Well, everything about existence in the world is localized. Politics is localized. Your sense of living is very localized. So for me, security should be localized as well. And that's our belief as traditional rulers. Because we know the good, we know the bad, and we know the ugly. If security is localized, we wouldn't be having this challenge we are having in Nigeria. There are ways we can coin it and work it out. Local police, state police, whatever it is. But it's very important. Maybe to equip them can now be centrally regulated. But what is critical is security is localized. Good example, let me give it to you. In a particular community, they will bring a DPO there. Within 6 weeks, they take the DPO again and bring another one. It takes you a while to know the community. It takes you a while to know what's going on around that place. But it's very important for you to have some people that are very permanent. They take your commissioner of police at will. They take your area commander at will. And even your DPO. So it doesn't really help local intelligence.
Kabesi, let me ask this follow-up question, because some of us love Nigerian Nollywood movies. And when you watch all these epic movies, and you see how powerful the Obas are, and you know, they just know these things, they consult the gods to know when these people are coming, to have just the safety of the people. They have an idea that, something is going on, and they go and do some sacrifice, you know. It's like, those are old stories. Like, so the Obas today, do you have an idea? Can you warn your people? Do they still hear from the gods? Or they're just modern Obas that they also wait for Amotekun and wait for the federal government to come and protect their people?
That's a very interesting question. But the truth, because it's still real. Those things you watch in Nollywood movies are very real. We still do our consultation very widely. It takes a lot of commitment and discipline. So a lot of traditional rulers don't go through that route any longer. It's very, very stressful in terms of discipline. You have to abstain from a lot of do's and don'ts.
Yeah.
All those things are real and potent. That's our work. That's what we should be doing as traditional rulers.
Do you
I can assure you, yes, it is still it's still real. It's still there.
But Kabiesi, why aren't the traditional rulers upholding the traditions? Because everybody is finding what works best for them in terms of securing their citizens' lives and properties. And if you feel abandoning some of those things is what has exposed you as a people. So right now, a lot of traditional rulers do not hear from the gods anymore. They cannot even protect their people. Shouldn't we think of going back to that one, something we can hold on to so that we can protect our people?
And I'm asking if you go through that route as well.
I agree with you absolutely. Then for me, if I go through that route, the answer is yes. In Ife, you can't even do without it. It's part of our heritage. In a year, it is only one day that we don't remember our ancestors. And what has actually helped, maybe when I go out, we do so many of it remotely. But it's part of the heritage and the story of Ife. We can't do it without it in Ife. It's not possible. That's who we are. And that's what we do.
All right. Go ahead, Tokwe.
So, Kabiesi, let me take you to the economy, because Obas see the challenges of the people more than even our local government heads, because you are more accessible. My worry is, how are you coordinating the Obas within? Because you have a, they call the stool. You are one of the primary Obas. There's a word I'm trying to find that I can't find it right now. But your stool is an important stool in the Yoruba race. And I feel that the Obas should be getting more involved in the economical well-being of the people, because the people will only resort to crime because of poverty. What are you doing? And you're a very business-minded person. I've heard you speak on business levels. That I see that you might be able to use that to galvanize your communities to grow economically and reduce the use of young people into going into crime. So what exactly is your stool doing, and how are you galvanizing other Obas to improve? Okay, Mariah was asking me.
Go ahead, sir. Let Kabiesi. Kabiesi, please go ahead, sir.
Well, discussion, and I'm happy you are media people. Tell our government to change our constitution.
Simple.
We are powerless. It's very unfortunate.
Wow.
Tell them that the best baskets of ideas and minds are with the traditional institution. We have doctors there. We have professors there that are kings, that are traditional rulers now. We have former military people there. We have chief justices. We have justices. We have accountants. We have all sorts of mix with a lot of experience that are traditional rulers now. So tell them to return us back to the Nigerian Constitution and see whether we will be impactful or not. But in local manner, I can talk about Ife now. You need to come to Ife yourself and see whether we are impactful or not.
I have to wrap up with you, but I can't let you go without getting you to say one or two things about the state of the nation concerning the 2023 elections. So we have so many people, so many options today, which is a great thing. But people, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is from the Southwest, has just picked another Muslim as his candidate. And many people across the country are expressing their reservations. Other candidates have been able to pick to understand the polarization that we're experiencing in Nigeria. In your view, sir, do you think he made the right decision by picking a Muslim vice presidential candidate, or do you think that it shouldn't matter?
Well, for me, it's a different ball game. Nigeria, we need to be sensitive about religion. It's a very important thing. But our problem is bigger than religion, and that's the truth. Our problem is way bigger than it. So if we need to separate how to resolve the problem first, we should look beyond religion. Yes, we should be sensitive about it. But we have a big problem in the country. A very big one. We should just pray for this country to be okay. It's very important. Christ is everywhere. Beyond religion. We'll talk about survival before religion. But at least I will appeal to our political gladiators to be sensitive about religion, not to actually put it aside.
Right.
But let us solve our problem in Nigeria collectively first.
Okay. Thank you so much, Kabiyesi. It was a pleasure having you on the show.
God bless you.
That's all we can take on this segment. We'll come back, move on to other topics. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Our new toothpaste.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw ether material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be. Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw ether material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nollywood, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy eSplash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communications story.
Thanks for staying with us. So we have our guest today, Hawa Atiku. She's the CEO of Dark Delight Limited. Due to her passion for for the plight of young people. She founded the Hawa Atiku Foundation. She's also one of Nigeria's most powerful public speakers and is very passionate about advocating for justice, equity, and good governance through various programs under the Hawa Atiku Foundation. Welcome with us, Hawa Atiku. Welcome to the show, madam.
Thank you very much.
So tell us, we know this foundation is really targeted at young people. Tell us a bit of the genesis. How did you start this foundation and to what objective?
So basically, we started the foundation last year. We kickstarted activities targeted towards young people and men and women, actually. And the motivation behind that was simple. As a team, we felt that the young people in Nigeria were left behind in many of the focal areas that were important to nation building. And one of such areas was politics, obviously. So in pursuit of good governance, we started engaging young Nigerians in town hall meetings and sports programs and such. So this was the motivation, actually, to get young people involved in key decision-making processes in Nigeria.
Okay. So with your interaction with young people so far, what can you say about their drive to get into leadership in your own assessment?
There's a lot of drive, actually. A lot of very qualified, driven, and intelligent young people in Nigeria. It's actually fascinating when you sit down and discuss with them. I know that there's one thing that we've found out as a foundation is that there's a deficit in knowledge gathering. So a lot of young people are not very in tune with what is going on, and because mainly there's a decline in the reading culture. And obviously, if you want to stay informed, you have to read. One of the problems that we've noticed is that what is out there for digestion is usually, bombarded with technical language, numbers that sometimes are not very comprehensible to people that don't have advanced education. We know that we have a deficit in our education sector, so for young people to understand the content that is out there becomes, a bit of a challenge. So we were trying to also break the barrier between understanding the content that is out there and what drives young people. And we found out that once they understand what is at stake, they're very willing to get involved. So I think it's actually trying to now get them together in such a manner where they can contribute meaningfully to nation building.
One of the things that I've noticed with Nigerian youth and people trying to encourage them to take up leadership, get involved in politics, get into their entrepreneurship journey, is that you need to connect with them. And now you have pedigree. Do you see that sometimes your pedigree, your advantages can be a barrier in talking to these people? And how do you break that barrier to connect with the young people in Nigeria?
Okay, so talking about pedigree, I have this story to say. So a couple of years ago, about 12 years ago, I applied for a job through the national portal at one of the government organizations. I wrote the exams, I passed, I went for my interviews, I passed, I went to the training school in Lagos, I finished there for 2 weeks, and I came back, and suddenly there were challenges for me to get my badge and start work. So even as privileged as I am, it was a problem for me because somewhere along the line, someone thought that it was pushed by someone from above, as you know, we know in Nigeria. And eventually I got to the realization that as a young person, I was going to have limitations in that organization if I were to take up the job offer. So I refused it flat out, and because I didn't feel that that gave me the opportunity to express myself and to show the organization what I could give. Now, this is the story of so many young Nigerians where people tell you that you need connections to get a job. It is actually true. And I want Nigerian youths to understand that it's not just the less privileged people that go through it. Sometimes privileged people go through it as well. And we need to get it to stop. So once I want someone to listen to me, I tell them this story because it's a real life story that happened to me.
Right. Okay, let me go ahead.
I wanted to ask you, you are trying to encourage young people, but we are being governed by old people. How are you going to get them to convince them that this, you young people, you need to take over from these old people? How are you going to, don't you think you need to even talk to the elder people to come down for the younger people to...
Like the elephants in your room.
For the younger people to rule and be part of governance, and maybe Nigeria will change.
Yes, so I can talk from my own personal experiences and what, of course, I'm going through, because I know that this is a very deliberate question, of course. But the simple truth is this. Atiku Abubakar believes in young people, believes in the capacity of young people. And I know for a fact that you have to be able to show yourself up as a young person. I didn't get invited, to speak this morning on this show, just because I am who I am. I have been who I have been, but you've seen my records and you decided this might be an interesting young person to speak to find out her experiences. I have worked in a bottling company. I have worked with a UN affiliate organization. I served in a bank. I mean, I've done so many things that people would ordinarily think that I wouldn't do. So I don't think as a young person, you need to wait for someone to come and give something to you, especially something like leadership.
Yeah.
You must be able to show yourself up so that they know that you mean business.
All right, let me go on a quick break. When we come back, we continue this conversation with you. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Need to recharge your airtime? At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nollywood, Bollywood, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move weigh in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in progress? Makeup check. Are the scripts on the prompter? Script check. Are we set in the PCR? All team in place? PCR check. Clock is ticking, time is racing, lights are. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission.
Hawa, there's a question that comes to mind, and it's because there is, I would like to say, erroneous perception that lots of northern youths are gullible to the political class. You know, the political class use a lot of these block votes to bring in and recycle the same old people. And as we're talking to people, especially in that region, it seems as though we're not able to get through to this new wave of northern youth who are educated and can make better choices. With your foundation, what can you do to address this? Or is it a wrong perception, I would like to say first. But what can we do to get more educated northerners to reject the dominant political class, to say, you know what, we want a new wave of change. These are the new things we want. You can't predict our voting block just because we are available to vote. I would like you to address that as a foundation. Do you think it's an issue? And if it's an issue, do you think it's something you'd like to also address?
It's definitely an issue, and it's one of the things that I mentioned earlier on the show, that we've engaged young people in conversations. There was actually a mini platform that we created in the foundation called The Conversation with Hawa Atiku. And trust me, a lot of people think that it's very difficult to talk to young people that are knowledgeable and educated, but it's not. Because in talking to young people that are educated and knowledgeable, you're talking to someone who's trying to build a future. And that person will reason with you. So the only thing that we're lacking is engagement. That is the only gap that we have between the younger generation and the older generation of politicians. And remember, there is no smooth transition in anywhere in the world. So if you want to move from a generation of older politicians to a younger one, there must be transition. There must be people that are being groomed. Now, there's a huge gap between the older politicians that we have and the younger ones, in the sense that no one is grooming the younger ones. So this is something that we're also trying to look at, and we're trying to see where we can help as a foundation. Remember, my foundation is very young. There's a lot of work ahead, but we're not, in any way afraid of the work that we have to do.
Let me get in one more question for you. Go ahead.
So I want to talk about entrepreneurship, because I know that you are a business owner, and I am privy to the plight of Nigerian small and medium businesses, how they are struggling with inflation, the rise of dollar, diesel, and everything. What do you think that the Nigerian youth who is struggling to run a business can do to survive in the light of everything that's going on in the economy right now?
Right now, as it stands, you can only persevere. And that's the only thing I can tell you. Sometimes, in fact, I wonder how my cafe is still standing, because I run just a small cafe in Abuja here, and I sell very basic products, pastries, teas, gelato, and all of that. And sometimes the cost of electricity alone beats me down. But when I was starting, I made a projection. I said, listen, I'm in Nigeria. The terrain is very tough for me. My business is largely electricity dependent. What other mitigating things can I put in terms of electricity that can reduce my costs of running this business? I thought about the solar and inverter solution. So way before the wave started, I sorted myself out. So now I will tell you that when I open in the morning at 8 a.m., I run on my inverter and solar system till about 4 to 5 p.m. And in some weeks, I have only 3 hours of electricity. So it's a tough terrain. I have double taxation to worry about. I have I have a lackluster economy to consider. There's no purchasing power. I have double taxations. I have, double VATs. I mean, the problems are endless. But I have to persevere, because I put in a lot. I put in my effort. I put in my resources. And I think right now the only thing I can tell a youth in Nigeria is to persevere.
Hawa, I'd like to hear your thoughts on this ASUU strike, because it's an ongoing issue, and lots of Nigerians have. Hello, are you still there, Hawa? Hello, Hawa.
Yes,
okay, you're still there. I wanted to Nigerians really get upset because they feel like our leaders really don't care. Especially because many of our leaders have their children schooled abroad. They feel like they don't care.
That's
and
right.
Can you hear me?
She can hear you.
Yeah.
Right. So, what are your thoughts on this ASUU strike? Because a lot of young people are frustrated. They feel that our leaders, over the years, not just this administration, even administrations prior, haven't done enough to sustain the educational standard that was set many years ago. What are your thoughts on this? What would you say as somebody who's advocating for youth participation and youth growth and development? What would you say to this issue?
So you see, the lack of education, I would call it a lack, because even in the education system, we have a problem. We are churning out graduates that are not properly educated, that are not equipped to, to the modern standards of education. And these are the people that we hire, right, at our places of businesses, government organizations. These are the people that we hire to work, in so many places. And we know that there's such a huge deficit because they've not been properly equipped. So, I mean, the issue of education definitely should be a top priority for everyone.
So if you're going to advise, your father right now, if he becomes president, what would you advise him to do concerning this issue of ASUU strike? What would be your first advice to him on this matter?
I mean, right now we've brought out a plan called the Atiku plan, and we have 5 key areas that we want to focus on. We have the unity of Nigeria, we have true federalism, we have security, we have economy and education. So education is a top priority for him. That has always been. You know, he has exhibited it in government when he worked with President Obasanjo, and he has exhibited it in his personal life as well, with setting up of schools, granting of scholarships and all of that. So it's a top priority, and he understands that education is the only tool that you can use to turn around a nation. If you churn out graduates that are well-equipped, I mean, we're complaining of a brain drain in Nigeria. These are Nigerian-trained students who, despite the challenges, are still excelling outside of this country, outside the shores of Nigeria. So what does that tell you? We have brilliant young minds that are just waiting to be equipped. And this is a top priority for him. I know that when he gets into government, this is something that he's going to focus on. There's a whole plan on it. And I believe 100% in his ability
we have to wrap up with you
if given the opportunity.
You know, I wants to throw in one final question for you.
Just one more question, because I'm going through a lot of the messages here on YouTube, and there is this distrust because of your privileged background. How do you want to convince these young people? I was speaking to a journalist last week, and she asked me if I want to relocate, and I said, no, I can never relocate. But does she want the nine? I threw the question to her, and she said, yes, she does. So all the young people today, once they get the opportunities, they want to leave. Now, how are you going to convince them, especially because of your privileged background, that they shouldn't leave, that you are the answer?
Well, it's simple. I don't think that anyone needs to verbally convince you about something. Once you see that structures are in place, naturally, you'll be attracted to such structures. It's simple.
Right. Right. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Hawa. Let me let you go at this point, but I think it was a pleasure. Are there any final words you'd like to tell concerning your foundation, like to tell Nigerians this morning?
Well, the only thing that I can tell Nigerians is to please ensure that they participate in the next democratic elections that are coming up. Please, it is your right, it is your duty to ensure that you get the right leaders in so that you can demand for right governance.
Fantastic.
Please.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure having you on the show this morning. Let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we continue.
Thank you for having me.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Have you been disconnected because you didn't link your national identification number to your MTN?
How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in progress? Makeup? Check. Are the scripts on the prompter? Script? Check. Are we set in the PCR? All team in place? PCR? Check. Clock is ticking, time is racing, lights are. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission. How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in progress? Makeup? Check. Are the scripts on the prompter? Script? Check. Are we set in the PCR? All team in place? PCR? Check. Clock is ticking, time is racing, lights are. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move weigh in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nollywood, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communications story.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's Your View. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it. Come closer. A little bit more. Thanks for staying with us. As usual, Garba Shehu, when he speaks, he breaks the internet. What did he say recently? He said Nigerians who are paying ransom are encouraging terrorism. According to him, when you pay ransom, especially because of your loved ones, you know, obviously it's understandable that people who are trying to set their loved ones free would easily succumb to payment to the terrorists. But he's saying that that exactly is what is fueling this industry. And many people are reacting to this. What are your thoughts on this? And I'd like to also, because while you were saying it, I was not trying to be.
She has warned you.
Want me not to be. But you see, the truth is that there are always two parts of every argument, no matter how you want to look at it. I remember when Sheikh Gumi came out and was screaming, we have to negotiate, we have to negotiate. And we all said, no, never, we can never negotiate. We came out with a hardcore that was wrong for him to say that.
But now?
But years are passing by 2 years, 3 years. He's staying, and we're now saying, hey, maybe you should just negotiate with these people, or maybe we shouldn't just clamp down, because they are killing our people. So If when somebody says this, I know the initial is no. But what are your thoughts? I mean, let's think of this. Let's think about this thing deeply, because it's not just about what he said. It's about understanding all the various angles of this. Let me start with you, BC.
So, let's negotiate from Shegumi was with the government. He was trying to see how the government can understand the plight of the people, the terrorists, the bandits, and come to an understanding with them. Yeah. He wasn't talking about family negotiation. Of course. This one we're talking about, Shehu Garba, is talking about, he's trying to blame families who are hurting for the failures of governments to rescue their people.
Simple.
If government has been proactive enough to rescue people, to find the sponsors, to jail them, arrest them, they'll show us through their body language that they are for the Nigerian people. Do you think families will be borrowing money and doing whatever it is to pay and get their people out?
I don't need
it's
to
because
anything.
there's a lack of action being taken by government to save their people. So do you want to sit down there and allow your family member rot and die and wait for a government that is not even that does not seem like it's making any move to save you? Or would you do whatever it takes to save your own person?
You have said it all.
I said it all, Abi.
I don't need to say anything.
Yes, I don't say anything.
Because
we are talking
coming from, you can say it. You can say it. People paying ransom. Tope can say it. Obiajulu can say it. You, government, cannot say that.
At all.
Because we're all a huge responsibility to your people. They don't rescue your people, and you are telling me if I pay ransom,
you are the one feeling them.
You are telling me if I say Nigeria happens to me, if they kidnap your loved one, will you not say it?
Okay,
so please, they should talk with caution. That's all.
And focus on their job.
I'm not saying it. I'm not talking again.
So from my own perspective, everybody, if you look at the numbers, you look at the issue of kidnapping at face value, you would want to say that paying ransom encourages the business of kidnapping. That's the face value. And terrorism. It is until someone you love, your family, is taken, then you would realize that there's no sense to that analysis. Everybody would always say what is right until it fits them. We always say corruption is bad until it comes to you.
Exactly.
So I think that the assignment of the government is not just to analyze the data, it is to wear the shoes of your people. And I don't know, this is another misfire, misyan from that perspective. Not at this time when we have kidnappers threatening to kill victims of the train. And the kidnappers are saying that we no longer want to talk to the government. We now want to talk to the family directly, because it seems the government don't care about those people. It is at that point that you should not make this statement.
Is what he's saying, is it factual or not?
So I started by saying that if you study the facts on ground, if you study the facts anywhere in the world, when you pay kidnappers, when you pay kidnappers, you encourage the business. They have more money to arm themselves.
So he only stated it's a fact.
But a fact, when you are stating a fact without, if you want to say, don't pay 100 million naira as ransom, but I will give 100 million naira to the police to ensure they are equipped to do the job, I can't hear that. When we go and meet police officers that your family member is kidnapped, it is from the police office that they will tell you, Oga, do you really want to rescue your family member? Talk to the people directly. So we are living in that world where he's saying something different from what the people on ground are saying. So you're not trickling it down. If you don't want Nigerians to fund kidnappers, how well are you funding the police? Because the only way to prevent kidnapping,
rescuing the people.
Exactly.
Even apart from funding the people, how
you say you're not going to talk? You say you're not going to talk. Let me take this call from Yakub. Let me pause you for a second. You say you're not going to talk. Yakub, are you there? Thanks for calling.
Yeah,
you're live. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, and then good morning to Santos and then good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, you see, it is unfortunate that the spokesman of Mr. President talk like this. The question should put to him. I didn't think it's one of his daughters or one of his wives that was kidnapped.
You will see
If
intelligence.
you want to come out and telling us that nobody should pay ransom, when they are not rescue them, let me you see, especially here in Southwest, our governor should just wake up. You see, this Amotekun and all this, our local vigilantes, they should go ahead and bust them a weapon. Because, let me give you, I travel this during the Salah. Morayo, this for free. When I get to village, you know the kidnapper are kidnapping for just ransom of 100,000 naira. And then if you don't pay, they will not release your fellow relatives. So in this case, if that person tell us this, that they shouldn't pay ransom, what did you put in place? In order for us to just know that the government is here to say for. Yeah, some of us are supporting government. You get it? And then we are not supporting government blindly. We support them because we need the government to provide us security well and all that. But the basic thing is this. That person should know that Nigerian people are needy. We are not fools. We are not.
See, you see,
Go ahead, Mike.
what he's saying is, put yourself in the shoes of these people who their families are kidnapped. The 7 people that were released from the train, I hear that they paid a huge sum to get those 7 people released. There are still 43 people. Still,
who have not been able to
who have not been able to gather money. Now, the government has not shown any sign that they are doing anything to release those people. I don't know if the little newborn baby has been released. And every day, I have sleepless nights thinking of that newborn baby who was born in captivity.
It's painful.
It is painful to me. Do you understand?
But what Garubashi is saying, which I want us to understand, he's saying that we are further endangering the lives of other Nigerian citizens when we keep fueling. So yes, we care about me, myself, and my husband, my love, my children. Yes, because of me, I will pay. But as I'm paying that, I'm putting you at risk. I'm putting you at risk because once I pay for my own children and my own husband, they will kidnap you because they expect you to do the same thing.
Okay.
So I hear you. There's a part of the government.
Okay.
Absolutely. We are all agreement that they should do it. But if I keep paying because my child has been kidnapped, my son has been kidnapped, you are in danger because they will do the same for you. Exactly.
I agree with
if we
you,
keep doing that for one by one, all of us are in danger.
I agree with you, Mariah, but what other choice is he giving to us? So
exactly.
It's not enough to just have a talk shop. You are doing this and you are doing that, but you are not providing solution. If you had made this same statement and he had given us another solution, this is what the government is doing. So and so time, people have been kidnapped in so and so places. It took government so and so time, and they were released in good health. They are being taken care of. This is happening. We have released so and so. We have an option. You are presenting us an option.
Yes.
Or you want to say, okay, we would like to have a stakeholders meeting, and this is what we need the family members to begin to do in aiding us to do our job. You are giving us another option. But to say, is it not because you are paying? You are doing this.
Many years ago, when this show first started and kidnapping was new to us, I remember when they were saying we should not negotiate with terrorists. I was one of the people that were saying, no, we shouldn't negotiate with kidnappers. I was one of this same Yakubu called on the show and asked if your own family member
is taken. I remember that day.
Is taken. Yes. Will you? And I sat down and I thought about it. But it is very true. If my own family member, will I say they should negotiate? Now that you are saying don't negotiate, what have you done to ensure that people are not kidnapped? What have you done to ensure that the people who are kidnapped are released?
Nothing. In good health.
Let me take this call. Good morning. Are you there, Kunle?
Good morning,
Good morning. You're live.
Yeah. I greet your crew there.
Yes, sir.
I have 2 issues for the contributors. Number one is this kidnapping or paying ransom of this university. When you look at or listen to Gabashi talk, you will know the kind of input and advice they are giving to the perspective.
Yeah.
Otherwise.
Hello? Did you hear what he said? I didn't hear.
He said, listen to Gabashi talk. You know the kind of advice he's giving to the president. So here's my own.
That's true.
But
let me go. I'll come to you, Tokwe. Because Gabashi was even reminding us. He said that if you recall, the president's speech said that you should please make that fellow citizens must expose the criminals, which reiterates what somebody said on the show, that you are the ones on ground. If you know that this is where Mr. Criminal is living, tell the security operatives so they can go there. They also need the combined efforts of the people and the security agencies to be able to meet them. That's how they can't
It's just that you want to go. I wanted to quickly answer Morayo now. This
So, Sam, you answer Garba Shehu.
Excuse me, Garba Shehu and the government understand where these criminals are.
How do you know that? How do you know that?
They know that. They have said it
How
in the
do you know
papers.
that?
Some
I
governors
listen
have
to
come and
journalists
said,
hang out
hold
every
on,
day.
hold on. Some governors,
he knows where they are.
some
He
governors,
knows.
some governors have said that they have identified the people sponsoring these terrorists.
Yeah,
that
and
they are
then we
going to
never
name
got the
names.
list.
Till today, we don't have the names.
Yes.
If you go to those localities, those villagers, we point to where these people are. The government knows. The soldiers know. They all know. They are waiting for whatever before they react.
So let's put it this way into perspective.
So don't say that the people are not trying. They
On
are
the
trying.
28th of March this year, a train, not a small thing, got attacked. And we knew the number of people that were kidnapped. So if the government has taken 3 months, almost 4 months now, to sort out the rescuing of them, if Garba Shehu comes and says that we have secured the release of the remaining train victims, this is why we tell you, don't pay. We are working on it. It is the point when there are times when you say things that, by virtue of what you have done, even if we are not pleased, we are willing to say that I will make this sacrifice. I will sacrifice long enough because I feel like the government is going to help me to do what they should do. But why will I be forced to sacrifice my own loved one when I've not seen the government's corresponding willingness to do what they can do to rescue them?
Fantastic point.
So I feel that there's a whole lot that needs to be done. It mustn't be just words alone. And strongly, I cannot sit down here and in good conscience say that it's okay for us to continue to pay ransom, because in actual fact, for every time we pay ransom, we are empowering the kidnappers to continue kidnapping. So it is they're buying. Yes, we're empowering them more. So it is just emotional and like for ourselves that we cannot let our family members be dead. Yes. So we already said it that the solution is for the government to rescue the people on ground at whatever cost possible.
But if the government does not give us a solution,
they cannot stop us from paying ransom.
So we continue to be kidnappers then.
So what do you want us to do? I should sacrifice my loved one?
So okay, we might not be your loved one. God forbid it's
It might not be. It can't still be.
God forbid it's me tomorrow.
God forbid it's me tomorrow.
I will say, we are sacrificing Morayo.
Exactly.
God forbid, God forbid, God forbid.
We do not believe in ransom.
We will not pay.
Hold on first.
The government
release her.
So that
don't go and kidnap her because she will be here.
I want you to take that back because that's completely unfair. My job is to moderate the show.
And it's to be balanced.
Angles. I must balance the show. That's the only way we can have a show. So don't make it look as if it is me. Please, I reject it.
I reject it. I reject on your behalf, Morayo. I reject on your behalf. You will not be the sacrifice. Our family members will not be sacrificed.
By the grace of our creator, they will not kidnap you.
And then we are almost out of time.
Let me take Benjamin, please. Benjamin, are you there? Fact me, she'll show you more. Are you there? You're alive.
Yes, well done. You people are very much wonderful. And the Lord will continue to afford you over there.
Amen.
Amen.
You see, there is
protect us from kidnappers.
Show me your friends, and I will tell you whom you are. So when you are surrounded with a certain trait of people, people will be able to tell what they are expecting from you. So if we have people like this Shehu, or what do we call Garba Shehu, like our own Yoruba man, Adesina, surrounding our president, we should be able to expect what will come out of such a president from what they are telling us. We are hearing them.
Yes.
We are seeing what they are doing. If we are seeing people like these traits, people that are having this attitude, people of this caliber, shouldering the affairs of our country, then everyone in that country should know that we have been jeopardized.
Thank you so much, Mr. Benjamin. All right, so we have to wrap up the show. But I guess the conversation really is that Nigerians will do anything to get their loved ones. And the government has a responsibility to the people to get them out. So we see all these Hollywood movies.
So
when they kidnap somebody, the police is there, they're tracing the calls. But we don't see, before I can trace a call, all of people
have to pay.
Wait, calm down. Before I can trace the call, all of you must first of all register with
No, it's not registration.
No, I'm just telling you that the reason... Okay, they can't hear me. Go ahead.
Oh, God. So I just wanted to say that all this, God forbid, recently a family member was kidnapped. I just didn't announce it on the show. And at the time he was being kidnapped, the wife was just about to put to bed. Who is reasoning whether we should wait for government or... And they warned the people who were calling in for the ransom,
Yeah.
that government, police must not be involved in this. Who in their right senses will be saying, let us wait for government? The woman was heavily in labor when this man was in custody. Everybody was running helter-skelter to find whatever it is to make sure that this person comes out. You are not paying attention to the sensibilities of the people you're supposed to serve.
Exactly.
So please, government should do the needful and leave Nigerian people
I agree
alone.
with you. The same argument goes that when somebody steals, you put a tile over him and burn it because it's part of the self-help. I won't wait for I don't trust the police. I don't trust the judicial system because I know that they're going to take forever to convict. No, it's the same thing. I will go. It's the same thing. I will burn because I do that. Every single person who does petty thief will burn them alive because hey, you don't trust the government.
The government should not tell us not to do jungle justice by mouth. Government should bring everyone awaiting trial to justice.
No,
so the government
is
about
the same thing. It is not the same.
It's not the same thing.
It's not the same thing. You are that one. You are. That is what they call jungle justice. That is you are making a person guilty
without
before he has gone through trial.
Yeah.
Let the government release a thief first. Because when you talk about that one, all of the politicians that they have arrested, that they have released, where are they there? In fact, some of them are still running for office. Some of them are even still, some have been in prison.
That is all we can take on the show today. We'll see you tomorrow. Why can't we need to mute and off your mic? See you tomorrow. Bye for now.